Ethan, leave Gwen. You love me.
Lisa.
You just admitted that we would be married right now if Gwen hadn't gotten pregnant. We can still be together. We can have a family together. You can't have a family with Gwen. Be a family with me and little Ethan.
You have to listen to me.
No, listen to me. I know that we belong together. Now, so much has been taken from me. My father disappeared and my son.
Your son. The courts took your son away.
I know Gwen and Rebecca used the Crane influence, Ethan, but the point is, if I lost you, I don't know what I would do. Okay, we can have a wonderful life together, Ethan. Just come back to me.
Our babies are dead, Ethan. Both of our babies are gone.
I know.
How am I supposed to move on? I just don't think I can go on.
Don't you say that.
What am I gonna do? You know, we lost Sarah, and now we lost the twins, and I'm never gonna be a mother thanks to Teresa? You selfish bitch. I am gonna kill you! Die! I hate you!
I don't mean to put you on the spot, Whitney. You are a lovely, intelligent young woman, but you have been through a great deal lately. I mean, finding out that the man you love is your half-brother.
Yeah, it was traumatic.
I can't even imagine the shock. So you can... my curiosity about how you came to be in love with my son so soon after such a traumatic experience. I'm not attacking you. It's just... he's my son, and I'm concerned about his happiness.
Well, of course you are. I mean, I understand why you would be worried about him.
No, I didn't say worried. No, I just want to make sure you're not on the rebound, that's all.
Well, don't worry about it, Mother. That's not Whitney, okay? She'd never take advantage of someone like that. She's far too honest. She doesn't have a deceptive bone in her body.
No, Fox, it's okay. I mean, I understand your mother's concern. But you know what? I want to assure you that you don't have anything to worry about. If it seems like I'm in a hurry to move on with my life, and with Fox, it's because I love him. And I don't want to lose him.
Well, don't worry about it, because that's not going to happen.
I want to be with you every day, every moment from now on, okay? And I also want to make sure no other girl comes along and snatches you up.
Well, that's impossible, because I love you now and forever.
Well done, Whitney. You survived Ivy's scrutiny very nicely. You and your little bun in the oven may well live to see another day. But you better hurry up. You won't be able to hide that bulge in your belly for very much longer. Oh, my, and Dora. What has happened to our little Hamlet? Huh? It isn't very harmonious, is it? All that heartache and all that pain, it positively makes our day, doesn't it? It's almost better than going to a double feature at the pictures. If they still had double features. Oh, well, moving right along. Should we check up and see what Louise and Sheridan are up to, huh?
Tell me about my father. You said that you knew him.
Yes.
Oh, well, tell me what you know. What happened to him?
Louise, calm down. I'll tell you everything I can about your father. Everything.
Mrs. Wheeler, please tell me what my father did to my mother. I need to know.
He was cruel to her. Very cruel.
Tell me what he did to her. I need to know.
Yes, you do. I'll tell you everything you want to know about your mother.
I would hold the hand of the one who could leave me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on
you said that my father was cruel to my mother.
Yes, does that surprise you?
Not really. I've been having dreams lately. Memories of my father treating my mother badly. Yelling at her. Hurting her physically. Why did she stick around, though? Why didn't she do something to help herself?
Sheridan, nobody knows better than you that your father's power reaches far and wide. If your mother even suggested that she was leaving him, he would threaten her with that power. And then he would punish her, treating her even worse than he had before.
My poor mother.
There was no end to the cruelty that he subjected her to, and to the children. It was as if he took some pleasure out of tormenting them.
Mommy, what are you doing?
Oh, Sheridan, sweetheart, I'm packing. I'm going on a little business trip with your father, but I'll only be gone a couple of days.
Please don't go, Mommy. I don't want you to go.
Oh, honey, it's all right. It's really only just for a couple of days, sweetheart.
Catherine, what are you doing? Our plane leaves for Palm Beach in an hour.
Alistair, perhaps I should stay home this time.
Nonsense. The wives of all the division CEOs will be there. You have to set an example. What's the matter with her?
She's upset, Alistair. She's upset that I'm going. She's young. I hate to leave her.
That's ridiculous. She's a crybaby. She has to learn to stand on her own 2 feet.
She's a child.
Please don't go, Mommy.
Stop that whining right now. You're a Crane. Act like one. Now go back to your room so your mother can finish packing.
Mommy!
Alistair, please.
Catherine, I'm warning you.
Please let me stay with her, Alistair.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? I'm not a fool, Catherine. I'm not gonna leave you here to cat around town. Not after that embarrassing display at the country club last night where you were falling all over that man.
I wasn't. I didn't.
Shut up! Finish packing. We're leaving as soon as I get back.
Mommy!
Your mother hated leaving you, Sheridan. But Alistair gave her no choice.
I can see, how much of what happened to my mother, how much it hurts you.
Yes, it does. As I said, we were close, very close.
Well, let's hear it. Tell me what you know about my father.
Your father was a very troubled man.
Troubled by what?
Many things. You know, he was a man with a conscience. He believed in God, and he was always trying to do the right thing. He just kind of got caught up in a web of evil, the Crane web.
I knew it. I always suspected that Alistair had something to do with my father's disappearance. He did, didn't he?
Yes. Alistair had everything to do with your father's disappearance.
I knew it.
Well, you certainly seem happy.
We are.
We are. And you're certainly on the same wavelength.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that. It's something I've been dreaming about for a long time.
Yeah, you said you've had feelings for Whitney for a while.
Almost since the first time I saw you.
And you didn't try to move in on her? That just doesn't sound like the Fox I know.
Well, let's be honest, you really don't know me all that well, Mother. I'm not my father.
Thank God. So you just hid your feelings?
He never said a word to me, Ivy. I mean, as I said, I never would have known Fox was in love with me if Teresa hadn't overheard him and told me.
And you were fighting your feelings for Fox all that time?
Yeah. That's right. I mean, I felt awful because here I am about to marry Chad and I'm fighting all these feelings I'm having for Fox.
And then when the whole thing exploded with Chad, you felt free to return Fox's love.
That's right. This is terrible. This is how big I could possibly be at 3 months? I gotta hurry if I'm gonna pass Chad's baby off as Fox's.
Just so lucky to have you.
Believe me, I'm the lucky one.
You know, there was a time when I didn't think I'd have a chance with you. But it hurt so bad seeing you with Chad. I thought dating Teresa would make the pain go away, but it didn't really work out that way.
Thank God. My son with Teresa, that would have been a fate worse than death.
Ethan, don't deny it. I can see it on your face. You want to be with me. You want to be with me and little Ethan and our children.
Our children. Teresa, those children you're carrying, they're gonna die. They're gonna die unless you let Dr. Russell take one of them.
No, see, God is going to take care of it. He's going to make sure that they both live because God wants us to be together.
You have to stop this. You're trying to create something that isn't there.
It is there. Ethan, I know that you have a responsibility to Gwen. I know that you feel you have an obligation to her. But you can't build a life on that, Ethan. It's not fair to you, and it's not fair to Gwen.
Teresa, I love Gwen. I love her. I've loved her before I even met you. I don't want to be cruel about this, but it seems like you turn your back on reality all the time. The reality is I'm married to Gwen.
The reality is we would be married if Gwen hadn't gotten pregnant. Ethan, I know that you love Gwen. I know you loved her before we met. But we did meet. And you fell madly, passionately in love with me. You felt things with me that you've never felt with Gwen, and you know this. Just remember the last time that we made love.
The last time you tricked me into sleeping with you, Teresa. You disguised yourself as Gwen. I thought you were Gwen.
You knew it was me. Stop lying to yourself, Ethan. Stop pretending that you're happy when you're not. The only way you're gonna be happy is if you leave Gwen and you come back to me.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Ethan, I'm not wrong. I know I can make you happy. I know I can give you everything that you've ever wanted. I can give you as many children as you want. Just follow your heart. Come back to me.
You are gonna die!
Wait, stop it, stop it!
Ethan, she has to die!
Crazy, all right? Killing Teresa's not gonna solve anything. It won't bring our babies back, okay?
No, it is not, Ethan, but this bitch has hurt us for the last time. She could have saved one of our babies' lives, and she wouldn't do it, would she? The selfish bitch killed both of our babies. You are gonna be charged with first-degree murder, Teresa. I want to see you fry. Do you hear me? Oh my God. Teresa's gonna kill both my babies. I have to stop her.
You are my passion for life.
How could my father be so cruel to my mother? So cruel to his own children?
Because he was hateful to the core. He made your mother's life miserable. She wasn't anything but property to him, chattel. Someone to abuse mentally, emotionally, physically. Someone to yell at. He never had a kind word to say to her.
She was obviously terrified of him. It's no wonder she stayed.
She was beaten down, Sheridan. She had no belief in her own self-worth.
It's just hard to hear this. It just breaks my heart.
Mine too. I'm sorry that I've gone on like this.
No, I want to hear this. I was told that my mother got sick after I was born, which means that my father continued to abuse her even though she was sick.
Sheridan, your mother was sick at heart. She tried to be strong enough to stand up to Alistair. She couldn't fight it, though. He had too much power. In the end, she lost everything.
My poor mother. I just wish I could have done something.
You were just a child, Sheridan. There's one thing you need to know above all else. Your mother loved you and Julian with her whole heart and soul. There was nothing in this world more important to her than the two of you. She tried to protect you from your father, but she failed. It's like no matter what she did, she couldn't win. Alistair always won. Always. Oh.
Of course, Alistair always won. He's evil personified. He isn't a witch exactly, but he's definitely one of us. You know, Endora, I knew Catherine when she was married to Alistair. Oh, she was such a blinking goody-goody. Always trying to make people happy, always trying to do good deeds, sick-making. But all those years down Mexico way seem to have done her good. She's come around to the dark side, in a way. I mean, she tells lie after lie. She's almost as dishonest as Alistair himself. And what about Martin Fitzgerald? Who knew he had such a black heart? Well, of course, it was incredibly selfish of him to leave his simpering wife, Pilar, and their 5 brats and run off with Alistair Crane's wife, but... well, I don't know. Maybe they deserve each other after all.
You know, I always suspected that Alistair had something to do with my father's disappearance. But I never had any proof.
So you thought that he abandoned you and your family?
You know, what else was I supposed to think? All those years went by, we never heard from him, and... I'll tell you, I never wanted to believe that my father could just abandon his family, but... you know, it just became harder and harder.
Luis, your father loved you very much. All of his children. And he loved your mother, too. But he had to leave. He had no choice.
So why? What happened? What did Alistair do to him?
It's a long, complicated story.
Well, I'm not going anywhere, okay? Now, look, first of all, did Alistair, did he kill him?
No, Alistair didn't kill him. And he never wanted to leave his family. But as I said before, he was forced to go. He had no choice.
Oh. That's so... So he left me. He left me and my mother and all my brothers and sisters, huh?
Yes.
And he wasn't killed?
No.
So what happened to him? Is he dead now?
No. He's very much alive.
My father's alive.
It just This must have been devastating to find out that Chad was your brother, especially when you're planning on getting married.
Well, yeah. It was horrible. I mean, it still is. But I did not turn to Fox on the rebound. As I was saying, I was fighting my feelings for him before I even knew Chad and I couldn't be together anymore.
I know you must have been devastated to find out that my father and your mother had a child together, and then to find out that that child was Chad.
Oh, Julian. The man never ceases to amaze me. I lived with him for, what, over 20 years, and he never said a word about being in love with Eve. I just found out myself recently.
I knew that Whitney was heartbroken, and I was really questioning whether I should go to you with my heart on my sleeve.
I'm so glad you did.
I mean, you could have totally rejected me, but I couldn't spend the rest of my life without taking a chance.
Well, I just have to say I'm sorry for being mean to you all those times.
You were mean?
Yeah, I was. I was mad at Fox for being in love with me. I know that sounds crazy, but, you know, I was just upset over everything that was happening with Chad. And I thought Fox was going to be just like his father. I thought he was going to abandon me like Julian abandoned my mom.
I'd never do that.
I know that now. You're such a good man. You raised a wonderful son, Ivy.
I think he's wonderful, too. But I can't take any of the credit for that. Fox and his sisters were raised in boarding schools while his father and I jet-setted our lives away. What a waste. And how cruel we were to leave your sisters and you to be raised by headmasters and mistresses. But now that you're living with Sam and me, well, I hope I can take some of that pain away and make up for lost time. I hope you'll let me be the mother that I never was.
I think I'd like that.
Good. It's going to be so much fun getting to know each other. And Whitney, you've just turned into such a wonderful young woman, and you're such a fine young man, and you're starting out your life the way you should, the right way, with no secrets between you.
Ethan, I know you're married to Gwen, but you don't have to spend the rest of your life with a woman out of duty. You don't have to spend the rest of your life married to a woman that you don't love.
I do love her. I've told you that over and over.
No, Ethan.
I don't want to hurt you. God knows I don't want to hurt you, but you have to let go of this idea that we're going to be together.
Could you just stop being so noble and think about what you're feeling?
The world doesn't just turn on feelings, okay? There's other things. There is honor. There's integrity.
Could you, for one moment, think about how it would be if we were together? Ethan, I need you. My babies need you.
The babies are gonna die. They're gonna die. If you don't go through with this procedure, I'm begging you, please. Teresa, let Gwen have the chance to be a mother. Let Gwen have a child. You just said you can have as many as you want. Give us one.
Leave me alone.
I can't do that until you agree to do this procedure.
I don't even know how you can ask me to do this. They're my flesh and blood, Ethan. They're your flesh and blood. I don't even know how you can ask me to do this.
Teresa. I know this is breaking your heart. This is breaking my heart too, but think about this. You could have the opportunity to give one child life. You could give birth to one beautiful baby.
And you don't know how much I want that.
I know. So think about it. Really think about it. You can either deliberately let two little souls go and die, or you could give birth to one beautiful, healthy little baby. You can watch that baby grow. You can watch that baby mature and have a meaningful life. It's all up to you.
I don't know what to do, Ethan.
I know. So I want you to think about what I said. I want you to follow your conscience on this. Do what you think is best.
What are you doing? You are telling her to follow her conscience and do what she thinks is best? You son of a bitch, Ethan, how could you do this?
Stop!
How could you do this?
No.
I can see that this is hard for you too, but can you go on? Can you tell me more about my mother?
Yes. You must have a million questions.
Yes, I do. I have so many memories, but they're all so vague because she died when I was so young.
Yes, you were so young. But you know, she spent every spare moment she could with you and Julian when she could get away from Alistair, which wasn't easy because he was so demanding.
Not surprised.
She loved to read you stories, you and Julian. And sometimes you would play this game together where you'd make up stories together. So, once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess, and her name was Sheridan.
Like me.
Yes, like you, that's right. So, it was a bright and sunny day, and beautiful Princess Sheridan decided to take a walk in the forest. So she's walking in the forest and she has her basket and she's picking the beautiful flowers, putting them in her basket, and having a wonderful time. And all of a sudden the sky opens up and it's dark and stormy and it starts to rain. It's your turn now.
So Princess Sheridan started to run away. And she ran deeper and deeper into the forest, and she was soaking wet because she didn't take her umbrella. And she had to dodge the lightning so she wouldn't get electrocuted. And all of a sudden, she was lost. She didn't know which way to go. And all of a sudden, a big, giant ogre jumped out from underneath the bridge and said, "Boom!"
Oh, Julian, don't scare your little sister like that.
I was just trying to make the story interesting.
Okay, Sheridan, it's your turn now.
I don't like ogres.
I don't like ogres either. Well, so what if it was a handsome knight with shining armor who comes to rescue you?
Yes, a handsome knight comes galloping on a big white horse, and he frightens the ogre away.
Boring.
And then the handsome knight tells the princess his name, and he invites the princess to come back to his castle for a ball. It's a beautiful place with towers and a moat.
Oh. The drawbridge. And the knight falls madly in love with the princess. And they lived happily ever after. I remember that story. God, I remember how angry Julian was with me for coming up with such a happy, nice ending. He, of course, wanted the fire-breathing dragon to attack the village and eat everyone.
He always loved that action stuff.
Thank you. Thank you so much for reminding me of that day. For reminding me how wonderful my mother was. I feel so close to her again. Thank you.
Oh, silly mortals. What's wrong with ogres, I'd like to know? Some of my best friends are ogres. Oh, I'll never understand these mortal women and their taste in men. Julian was the best storyteller for my money. Did you recognize him, Endora? That was your very own father when he was young. Thank you. Oh, he always had great promise. Let's tune in to Louise and Martin. I have a feeling that Senior Fitzgerald is about to get an earful from Junior.
You're positive that my father's still alive?
Yes, positive.
I don't understand. Why didn't he ever contact us? Why didn't he ever write my mother or let us know that he was alive? Why hasn't he ever made an effort to come home?
Because he couldn't.
He couldn't? He could. Why the hell not? Okay. You know, I could understand if Alistair was threatening his life. But why not call? Or get in touch with us, huh? I mean, why the total silence for all these years? My mother broke her back trying to keep our family together after he left. You know that?
I know.
You know, she never gave up hoping that he was still alive. She lit a candle. You know, she would pray that he would come home every night. She still does.
Louise, never stop thinking about her either.
Well, then I don't understand. And what kind of a man never offers to help his family after all those years?
I'm sure it'll all become clear to you in time.
Yeah. Well, it damn well better.
Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. You know, I'm gonna go get us something to celebrate with.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Well.
Oh my God, I'm so relieved.
About what?
Well, your mother finally seems to be warming up to me a little bit.
Of course she's warming up to you. Why would anyone not love you, Whitney? You're wonderful. You're charming, you're smart, you're beautiful.
Okay, please. Yes, please stop saying those things about me.
Why? Why? They're all true. You're perfect.
No, Fox, I'm not perfect, okay? In fact, there's something I have to tell you. Something very important.
Sounds kind of serious. What is it?
You see, I don't know if I believe you. Because if my father is still alive, then... See, that means that he stayed away on purpose. And he deliberately ignored me and my mother and all of us. How could he do that?
Like I said, you'll understand soon.
Well, why don't you make me understand right now? All right, now you said that my father was a man of God? A man with a conscience? Hey, see, I'm having a hard time believing that right now, Mr. Wheeler. Because a man with a conscience wouldn't just abandon his damn family.
There's more to the story than meets the eye, Luis.
The story? What is this story? All right, I'm telling you, I need to know everything, and I need to know it now.
I can't explain it now. I know you have a lot of questions, Luis, but it's better if you come with me. You can learn the truth with your own eyes.
Come with you where?
I'll show you everything you need to know at the Crane Estate.
At the Crane Estate? What the hell is at the Crane Estate?
You'll see. Just come with me, and you'll find out.
You have made my mother come alive by telling me these stories. Thank you so much.
This is only the beginning. So much more for you to know, Sheridan.
What? Oh, tell me, please.
How can you do this to me, Ethan?
Stop, Gwen, stop it. Calm down.
I'm not gonna calm down.
Listen, I'll explain it to you outside. Come here.
What are you gonna explain to me? I know what I heard.
I'm in on the tail end of a conversation. I was just trying to get her to go through with the termination, all right?
Well, did you?
No, not
No,
yet.
of course you didn't. Otherwise, you would not be leaving the decision up to her. Ethan, she hates me. You know that she hates me. She is gonna kill our babies because she hates me. She's never forgiven me for winning you back after she stole you away. She is ruthless, and you know that. And now because she can't have you, Ethan, now she's gonna kill our babies.
Gwen, she is not. Listen, I was begging her to go through with this procedure so we could at least save one of the babies.
Well, that would entail Teresa actually thinking of someone other than herself, and you and I both know that she's not capable of that. It is not even in her to think of anyone other than herself.
I think she is desperately trying to do the right thing here.
Oh, the right thing. You know what, Ethan? I had a dream, but I know it was a premonition. I dreamt that Teresa didn't go through with the procedure, and you know what happened? Both babies died. Both of my babies died because of that little slut.
Gwen, it was a dream.
You know what? It's coming true. Because here you are putting Teresa first, just like you always put her first. You are telling her to do what she thinks is best? What about me and what I think is best? Please, what? My God, please just forget that the only thing in this world that I want is to hold a baby in my arms, my own baby. Is that too much to ask? And now you're telling her, you are telling her to do whatever she wants with my babies. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you.
Dr. Russell, please. It's Teresa Lopez Fitzgerald. Yeah, hi, Dr. Russell. Yes, I've made up my mind. I know exactly what I have to do about these babies.
I don't understand. You will, I promise. Soon everything will become clear.
Thank you so much for putting Teresa first again.
Have you come to some decision about the babies?
Yeah, and there's nothing anyone can say that's gonna make me change my mind.
I have some important news for you.